Hi everybody, it's AmondaRose and Victoria Buckmann. We apologize for our false start today. As you know, technology has a mind of its own, so you got to work with what you got sometimes. Say hi, Victoria, to everybody.
Hello, everybody. And Amonda, this is perfect because I call that OMS, O-M-M-S.
Okay.
Obstacles, obstacles make me stronger.
Woo! Love it. I'm writing that down.
Oh.
I hope you're all writing it down. Can you say that one? I got it, but say it for everybody else one more time.
And when I have technology problems, I just remember OMS, OMS, O-M-M-S. Obstacles make me stronger.
I love it. That's so cool. That will be ingrained in my brain for sure.
Yeah. Well, and besides, when you say OMS, it just kind of calms you down.
Yeah. And then usually when we're calmer, things go much better.
Exactly.
So whether you're tuning into our rebooted live or you're listening to a recording, I want to welcome you. I am AmondaRose Igoe. I'm your speaking success strategist. And I have Victoria Buckmann, the creator of Sales Magic. So whether you're a speaker, whether you're a coach, a business owner, an entrepreneur of any fashion, any type of product service, we all have to sell. And for many of us who are heart-centered, we come from this place of love and service, and we do our business because we want to have an impact. Sales becomes something that we often avoid, possibly don't do as best as we could. We could even sabotage ourselves in the process. So Victoria has come up with a system to help people overcome those obstacles, but also things that they could implement to increase their sales, but do it in an authentic and heart-centered way. So today we're going to be talking about some of her tips and processes that she used in her Sales Magic program. So Victoria, welcome.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
And I got to tell you, she took it like it was my Wi-Fi that was acting up, and she took this like a pro. What a good soul you are, my dear. You didn't get frazzled. You didn't go, oh, this is not right. Love you for this. I love you anyway, but I love you for that, because it makes me feel much more at ease when it's my when my own. So Victoria, can you give a little bit about your personal background for the group so they kind of know where you come from?
So I started out in corporate America, and I was in multiple sales positions most of my life. I was one of those kids when everybody was outside riding their bike and playing outside. I was in the house getting all the cans of vegetables out of the closet, setting them up on a table, putting my little cash register together, putting money in the drawer, and trying to lure friends and kids over to my house to buy something from me. So I'm one of those people that, sales runs through my blood. And often we're in a room and somebody will say, how many of you like sales? And no one raises their hand, and I've got 2 hands up. So I have a strong background in sales, and it's just something that comes natural for me. And I know that that's the same for most women. They just don't know it. So that's what we're going to talk about.
And I think it's true for guys too, because I work with a lot of guys who want to be speakers, and making that offer from a stage is really difficult. And I think we've conjured up all these notions in our heads when we consider ourselves that we're not natural salespeople. But I think that what you're teaching people is that you can still be yourself and authentic, and be able to move somebody through a sales process that makes everybody feel good. And I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's nothing about you that's salesy or pushy. That's not you. I personally would never want to learn from somebody who was pushy and just, because pushy, it repels me, and I think it repels many people.
Yes. Yep. Yes, and if you want to be good at it, you have to be authentic. So that's what we're going to talk about.
So why do we need a paradigm shift when it comes with sales, and what would the paradigm shift look like?
We really need a paradigm shift around sales. And that's one of the things I'm passionate about, is because we all have been taught that it is pushy. It's somebody, trying to coerce you or convince you to buy something that you either don't need or you're not sure if you want. And just in our minds from all of our past programming, we have the idea that sales is pushy and people have to be forceful, and none of that's true. We all, if you talk about sales, a lot of times the first thing we come up with is, the used car salesman, right? And that's the old paradigm. It's, it is pushy. It kind of has, a little bit of a driven or a masculine feel to it. And that doesn't work anymore. It didn't work very well in the past, and it especially does not work today. So the new paradigm looks like being authentic, being you. And we're gonna talk about what sales really is, and that'll spell it all out for you. It's about doing something in a way where you're coming from service, you're being naturally yourself, and you're helping somebody to get to a goal that they want to have.
Yeah, and I think that's really important, because I think when I've learned lots about sales, right? So some of the things have made me more uncomfortable, right? So they don't flow off of my mouth. I have a pamphlet that I was speaking at a conference, and there was another speaker talking about sales. I have his pamphlet that he gave out, but his energy was very salesy. And I knew all the techniques he was using and things like that. And many wouldn't, but it was very, very, very salesy. So I might as well just put that thing in the shredder over here, because I'm never going to look at it. Because he didn't leave me with that good taste, that good sense of, I want to know more from this gentleman. And right. I think that's what you're bringing to this interview, and also bringing to the world, is getting people to be able to sell so that people love to work with them, want to work with them.
Yeah. There is a structure or a formula that you can follow. But what I tell you, everyone, is it's not cookie cutter. Because somebody had success doing it one way, that doesn't mean that you'll have success doing it that way. If you don't take it on as your own, if you don't put yourself into it, if you don't be you, you won't have success. You can't do it somebody else's way. You can't do it my way.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah. My friend Kamari and I are often having conversations about that, because we worked a long time with the same coach. And her strategies don't always work for us, because it's not in alignment. Yes, we learned a ton from this person, but it wasn't in alignment with us in some ways. And we have to find our own path.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we talked a little bit, I mentioned about really being authentic when you offer your programs or services, when you sell, but also to do it effectively. So how can you sell effectively and authentically at the same time?
So this is my belief, and I'm going to pass it on. All women, we're going to speak about women for a minute, and then we'll address the men. All women on this planet do certain things. They help other people get what they want. They put the other person's needs first. They try to figure out a way of helping that person get whatever it is that they want. They show up as resources. They're very nurturing and caring. And guess what? That's sales. So every woman on this planet is naturally good at sales. And men are the same way. Men, but if you tell a man what it is that you want, they're driven. They're going to go out. They're going to find something that is going to help you. They're going to find a resource. They're the same way. So men have that natural instinct too. And so many more men are, allowing themselves to be caring and nurturing and compassionate, and allowing that more feminine energy to come up. That's that energy that's to me, that's sales. When you're helping somebody get what they want and what they need, and you're being a resource, and you're just being yourself, and you're being authentic, that is super effective. People will be drawn to you rather than repelled.
So let me ask you a question, though. I see this with my men clients. Like, my men clients hold their value, right? They come up with whatever price is, they hold it. Women waffle, we second guess it, we think it's too much. We always think it's too much. We're not charging enough, all of that. Why is it that men, and you're married, I'm married, why is it that they just seem to know their value or hold it in such a stronger place than women?
I think that goes back a long ways. I think that's a lot of the generational programming that came forward, that we as women for centuries weren't valued and didn't see our value. So we don't hold it as strongly as men do.
Mm.
So it's something that we get to work on. And, you know, one of the things that I help women also, besides the sales magic, I do something called, I help them know what's on their soul's resume. And what's on their soul's resume are all the qualities that they are. And when they recognize who they really are, they are able to hold on to their value and present that to the world. Because if you don't know what your value is, and you don't ask for something that's in an even exchange for the value that you're giving, because the energy, there's not a balance. Mm-hmm. And the person on the other side won't get the full value of what you're giving if you don't hold that value really strongly.
So even when, so let me just recap that. I think that was beautiful. You can tell me if you'd add to anything to my recap, is that the space that we hold it in also impacts our clients energetically. So if we're not holding it in at this great value of what it offers, ultimately their clients aren't going to get the beautiful results that they would have gotten had we held it. And I've heard about, you know, the more somebody invests in something, the more value they'll have around it, but I've never heard anybody say it the way, in the terms and the languaging that you did. It's beautiful.
Very, very good. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, and if you agree with that, hang on a second. If you love that, type yes in the chat and say, yes, go Victoria, or something like that. Victoria rocks.
Yes. Yes. Everything is energy. And when you hold that value can be brought forward the same amount of energy. If you're holding it as less energy, then that's all that's going to come forward. So you can give them all your best stuff and they're never going to get the full value out of it.
Wow. Yeah. Woo. Woo. I could feel that. There's a lot of taking that in, including myself. So what is sales really? What is it? Like, it has so many different things attached to it, but what would you say sales are?
Okay, this is my favorite. So let's take the word sales. S-A-L-E-S. I get these insights, these downloads, okay? So I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning with a pen and paper right handy, right? S, we're going to take it one letter at a time. S is for service. The very first thing you need to do is you need to be of service to someone. You need to come from, I am here for this person. I'm going to do whatever it takes to see what it is that they need, and I'm going to see if I can help them. Whether that means I sell them something or not. Come from a place of service. A is about asking questions. Ask some questions. First of all, find out who they are. Create rapport. Who are they? What do they love? What makes them tick? Do they have kids? Do their kids do sports? Do they have pets? Find something in common. Mm-hmm. Who is going to want to work with you or even listen to you if you haven't taken the time to find out who they are? And then once you get to know who they are, the questions that you want to ask are, what's your vision? What's the vision that you have for your life? What's the goal that you want to accomplish? You know, how is that going to make you feel? And what are the decisions what are the things that you need to hear in order to know that something's right for you or not? That's one of the big, bold questions that no one ever asks. I used to ask my clients, so what's your buying criteria? I mean, you can say it just like that, or you can just ask them, well, if you found the right thing, how will you know it when you see it? Mm-hmm. When you ask these questions, they're going to tell you what they're looking for. So then you're very clear on whether you can provide it or not. So it's all about asking questions, and then of course, what comes after that? L, listen. I think, AmondaRose, you were the one that told me you have 2 ears, only one mouth. Listen to what they're saying. Give them your presence. Open your heart and listen with your ears. Listen with your eyes. Listen to what is not being said. That sounds a little funny. Let me repeat that. Listen to what's not being said. When you listen to someone and you give them your presence, in the busy world that we're in right now with all the distractions and phones and internet and this and that going on, if you give someone your full presence for, 30 seconds, they're going to love you just because you paid some attention to them, just because you looked them in the eyes. So listen to who this person is. Listen for what their vision is. What is it they're trying to accomplish in their life? Look at the bigger vision, not just the one thing of what are they trying to, what service are they looking for, what product are they looking for? What is that going to do for their life? And then ask them the questions, those hard questions. What is it that, how will you know when you have that thing? What will that look like? How will you know that yet you want to say yes to someone? And listen for that, because they're going to tell you exactly what you want to say back to them if it is appropriate and you're in integrity. So remember, we're being of service.
Beautiful.
After you're of service and you ask questions and you listen, then E is for evaluate. Can I actually help this person or not? And then I say excavate, which means dig deep. Dig deep inside of yourself. What resource can I provide this person? Can I introduce them to somebody else? Do I need to tell them about a book? Is it one of my classes that I teach? Is it working with me? You don't have you as the agenda. You have being of service as the agenda. So you evaluate, how can I help this person? And then dig deep. What resources do I have? Do I know of? And even if you don't know of anything and you can't help them in any way, what can I say to this person to make their life better after they leave from talking with me than they were before they came to me? So even if it's just you give them your love, you send them love, you give them a smile, you compliment them, whatever it might be. So hopefully you have some kind of a resource, and we're hoping that it might be our services, right?
Right.
But you're in integrity.
That's so beautiful, the way that you laid that out. And when I go on to any strategy call, if somebody applies for a strategy session with me, I always hold the intention that we will have a deep connection, that'll be present to their conversation and what they want, and that no matter whether they work with me or not, they will leave that conversation feeling good about themselves and feeling good about me, so much so that they will tell other people about me. Because it isn't always, right? We can work with everybody. Not everybody's our ideal client. So if we create that space of connection and service and all the things that you laid out so beautifully, no matter what, that person might come back to you 3 years from now. It's happened. Or they might come back to you and give you the greatest referral of your lifetime. And so, yeah, beautifully said. Beautifully said.
So the last S for sales is sharing. Now you've listened, you've asked questions, you've listened, you've dug deep, and you hopefully have a resource for them. Now you're going to share with them. Not sell them, you're going to share with them. So my husband and I often talk about, like, if you were to feed a deer, what would you do? You would put something in the palms of your hands and you would put it out, and then you wait for the deer to come and get it, right? You're not shoving it down the deer's throat. So you're going to share something, share your services. Here's what here's what I have that might be of service to you. Here's what I know will help you get to your goal. Or, so you come from a sharing environment. You're not the old paradigm of, oh, I got to sell this person something. I got to make my quota. I got to think about me. You're not doing that. It's all about them. How can you share? So SALES, service, ask questions, listen, presence, evaluate, excavate, dig deep, and then share.
Beautiful.
That's what sales means to me.
I love it.
Isn't
What
that
a
cool?
great acronym. Way to go.
Yes.
High five, Victoria. That was really awesome.
I can't take credit for it.
Yeah, because I do believe that too. Any ideas that we get, that they come from spirit. They come from God's spirit universe. So we don't own any of them. You know, even the ones we get at 3 o'clock in the morning, they came to us for a reason, because we're the vehicle that message should be shared. And
Yes.
it may go to other people to share that same message. And so, yeah we're totally in alignment with that.
And that one's dear to my heart because I love sales. I love people.
You love people, and it shows. When you love people and you love serving people, your sales will go up. And also,
Yes.
it's an energetic thing too, because I would talk to my friend Anne, and she said she's a friend who's a coach, and she said my friend never worries about clients coming in. She never worries about it. She really doesn't need to work. She chooses to work. She doesn't need to work. So she has no financial attachment to whether she closes this business or not. She goes, I get called. People call me all the time out of the blue. They just find me.
Yes. Yeah.
So
it's interesting.
Crucial.
Yeah. The energetics of who you're being and how you're coming from. That's why service is number one. The energetic of who you're being and the energy that gets sent across speaks volumes more than any words that come out of your mouth. People feel the energy first, and it either feels good and they're attracted to you, or something feels off and they don't know quite what it is. They just know, something feels off.
So how can we shift when we feel that way? So say somebody's going to a meeting or doing a presentation and they're worried about the sales, they got to pay their bills, and they're going with that, that forcing, pushing energy, and that repels people. So I know you're a spiritual gal. So is there anything we can do to kind of get out of that space and to let that go when we go into those meetings, into those presentations, into one-to-one conversations, that we can kind of shift it quickly so we get into that heart space?
So this is something that sounds super simple, but the power of it is amazing. You take 3 deep breaths and you literally breathe in for, maybe 4 or 5 seconds. You hold it for maybe 7 seconds, and then you breathe out for about 5 seconds. So while you're doing that, you think of things that you're grateful for. Think of things that you absolutely have in your life that you absolutely love, and you're so grateful that it's in your life. So 2 things happen. The gratefulness shifts the whole energy. And when you take those 3 breaths, when you take a breath in, it activates something in your brain, hypothalamus. And when you're holding it and then you let it out, it tends to send, it physiologically sends out good hormone chemicals into your body that overrides the cortisol. That's the stress hormone where you were freaking out, right? Overrides those hormones, and you become calm to the brain, and your whole entire body becomes calm. And the gratitude sends out this energy. It's expansive, and it will shift you like that. So it took me longer to say that than it actually does to do it.
Mm-hmm. It's very powerful, and to understand what's happening in your body is why it works. So sometimes people need a logical reason why something works before they can try it, but either way, try it. And it does. You go into spaces and meetings and all those things and just feel calmer and more relaxed and ready.
Yes.
So Victoria, I asked you to come up with some kind of awesome free gift for people that are watching our private little conversation. I consider it private, even though it's out to the world. So what kind of awesome gift do you have for them?
So my awesome gift is a consultation with me. I'm in the process of transition, of changing our things around. So the best way to get a hold of me is just to go ahead and email me, and we can set that up for a time that works for them. And my email is Victoria, Victoria dot Buckmann, Buckmann, two N's, at gmail.com.
All right, awesome. And we'll put that in the messages too, so that people know how to reach out to you as well. Yeah, so that is so cool. So if you have a question that you would like Victoria to answer, go ahead and comment underneath this video. Reach out to me, reach out to Victoria on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube or another media, please reach out to her. She is amazing, amazing, amazing. And is there, actually, I'll let you know if you want to reach out to me. I am your speaking success strategist and creator of the Invincible Speaker System. You can go to invinciblespeaker.com, and you can also get my 8 high-performance speaking tips to double and even triple your results and your revenue at HIGH, performancespeaking.com. High, spelled HIGH, performancespeaking.com. Victoria, do you want to leave them with one amazing final thought? Because I just know it's going to be amazing. I can tell.
I call this sales magic because it is magic. I was in a job where I probably should have been making, $50,000 a year, and I was making $250,000 a year, and that was working in corporate America for the phone company. So I was 1,000% of quota every month, year after year. So I know that this works when you take the time to be of service and really be there for people and show up as your best self to help them do something. It comes back to you. You don't have to worry about it. Just like you talked about your friend, you don't have to worry about it. It comes back to you. The energy comes back. The universe sends it back to you. And we all want to start to be present with one another and be kind to one another and help each other get what we dream about and our goals. So do some sales magic today. It'll make you feel good. It'll make them feel good.
So I'd love to create this intention, and you can all play with me. For the next 3, 2, 4, 5 conversations that you have, apply the strategies that Victoria shared with you. And then I want you to let Victoria and I know what changed. How did it impact you? Yes, did you actually close more business when you let go of closing the business? Did you create some awesome joint venture partnerships from those conversations? Did you find that by giving more, you actually received more? Whatever it is, can make a commitment and post it on the comments and say, okay, I'm going to go 3 conversations. I'm going to give it, I hate to say try, but for some, it's a try. 3 times or 5 times, you decide. Post it there and then let us know what the outcome was.
Yeah, I'll be excited to hear about it. I love to celebrate with people.
Yes. And you also have a Facebook group. So let people know about your Facebook group too.
Our Facebook group is Sales Magic Training with Victoria Buckmann. It's a group page, and you can join that. We can put the link underneath also. And we do trainings on a regular basis on a lot of different aspects of business and life.
Yep, because it all goes together, right?
Yes.
We're looking for, we're in business or accelerate our careers because we want those other things in our life to be just as beautiful and as amazing as our income and the impact that we have in this world. So awesome. Yes. And for those that are new to me, you also can go to my Facebook group, which is Big Impact and Income Speaker.com. That's Big Impact and Income Speaker. It's not .com. Big Impact and Income Speaker is my Facebook group. Rewind. So just know that when you implement the strategies that Victoria shared with you, I think you're going to start to see a bigger shift. And then there's always steps, more things that you can learn from her. So please reach out to her and seek her help, seek her guidance, join her group, go get her free gift, and really maximize this opportunity. Because if you increase your sales, here's a statement I love to say, is the more money you make, the more people you have helped.
Yes.
The more money you make, the more people that you've helped. You cannot help, if you're helping a lot of people and not making money, then you're really not helping that many people. So it is they're together. The more money you make, the more impact, the more people you will serve and help in your lifetime. So thank you, Victoria, for helping and serving so many people in your most beautiful and magnificent way.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for having me, and thank you to all your wonderful people. This is exciting, and I can't wait to hear some of the stories.
Me too. All right, love to you all. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.